Okay, let's get up. I need to raise that up. Thing. Thanks. This is how it's gonna go. It back. It back. All right, we're fighting a heavy, heavy current, but we are throwing huge baits on the Mississippi River in huge water. I'm tired of fishing for them little ones. We're either gonna go big or go home. That's all there is to it. Who we got coming around today? I'm gonna have to move this camera because I tell you right now, this is not gonna work for me. Mm-mm-mm. Chris Everett, Canadian fishing musician. Rich, what's up, buddy? Fishing with Big Mike, Grace family, CVA. All right. All right, y'all. We had to kick it forward drive and drive over log piles, trees, and everything else that was down on the road. The road was blocked with all this trash because the floodwaters went down. But you know me, I crashed right through it. Lisa Elliott, hello. Chris Everett, I think I already said hi to you. I don't know. But we made it back to one of our spots on the main river. And I've got the line stowed out with huge hooks, huge baits, and we're going big or nothing. If we skunk, we skunk. But we're going to throw some baits out there and try to get on some big fish. I'm tired of these little dink holes and these little bitty tiny. I mean, it's fun fishing for the channel cats and the smaller blues, but it's time to get back to big water. And I managed to get back here. I'm about 50 feet up the bank from where I'm normally at. 50, 60 feet maybe. But we're throwing out there. The current is pretty heavy, but I'm throwing some big giant weights on there. So we're hoping it'll hold in a spot. And we've got fresh cut eel. I got a big giant eel, got him cut up. And we've got skipjack that's been dead less than 12 hours. I mean, I had him wrapped up, put him in a freezer. He never even froze. He's so fresh. Still got the slime all over him. We got a huge donkey bait on. Betty's holding the biggest bait right now. She's got a skipjack head about as big as a baseball. And then we've got skipjack on the number 2 rod away from us. And then we've got eel, eel, eel on the other 3. No, we got skipjack, 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 then eel, eel on the last 2. I apologize. Eel is on the last 2 rods. But we throwed out and the current swept our lines down. But the sinker found a spot, anchored in, and it's locked the rods in. The rod tips were bent really bad. They found a comfortable spot and they're standing straight up and steady. So there's not a lot of excess pressure on them from the current, excuse me. But we are on the big river, Mississippi. That's it. We're back on the big buddy. And we're either going to catch absolutely nothing or we're going to hook something big. If you catch something here, I can't imagine no little fish eating those little bitty baits in this real fast, deep, deep water. The water is a little muddy today. The catfish generally don't care so much about that. Grace family, I think I said hi to you. Martin SUK, hello, my brother. Think I'm gonna have a Pepsi. It'll get my ulcer to hurting, but you know what? Oh no, I ain't got no Rolaids in the truck. Dadgummit. We're gonna drink it anyway. Not sponsor affiliated. We're just running 5 rods right now because we're backed up into the trees, but we are throwed out into the main channel of the Mississippi River where the big boys play. Let's see if they're hungry today. I've got a smorgasbord for them and giant food. All you can eat. All you can eat. Giant skipjack pieces and big giant chunks of fresh eel. I've never tried eel. I tried eel Thursday night. I was in Pontoon Jody's Flathead Challenge, and I got a couple bites on it on the backwater. So I wanted to give it another shot. We're going to give it another shot. Kelly Bullock, what's up, buddy? Ronnie Moore, hello. We're on the main river. We are at one of our favorite fishing holes It's still, the water is really, really freaking high here. I mean, it's stupid high, but it's went down enough that we can finally get in here. The trash floating down the river right now in this little point right here is minimal. It's not real bad. If you go out 200 yards in the river, it's just like logs floating everywhere. But because of the way the current sweeps them, that pushes them out away from this spot. It pushes the trash out of here instead of pushing it in. So we're hoping I didn't just jinx it saying that, because the last time I did that, here come all kinds of trash coming at me. As of right now, we're good to go. We got a couple little sticks here and there, nothing really huge going as far as big, sticks getting in our way. And y'all will see me bust my butt today because I'm standing on gumbo mud, and it's slick. I've got to. We're gonna do something about that. I'm gonna fall right here. Stay tuned for that. If you don't see nothing else, you'll get to see me fall today. Catfish regulators, hello. Andy A in the house, brother. Backlash fisherman. Guys, we're back on the Mississippi. We're back on the old girl. We're not in the little bitty tributaries of the thing. This is the freaking river right here, my friend. Yes, sir. Big water. Big water. We are on the big water. I'm trying to see if I can get that where. We could either do this. We could either have y'all focus 100% on Betty, or we could try to get those other rods in there too. We'll have to move that down to do that. We could try to get those other rods in there, or we can go 100% on Betty. If something happens on Betty, I'm going to be standing right there anyway, right there. And you'll get to see her bend and reel in and all that blah, blah, blah stuff. But I'm trying to keep it where you can see those other rods down there too. I don't know how well you can see them. Thrill Seeker, what's up, my friend? We're putting all our chips in one spot on the table today. We're going into the main river with big giant baits, which means we're either going to get totally annihilated by catfish that are going to just tear us a new one, or we're going to skunk. But I'm tired of playing it safe. I'm tired of looking at little bitty catfish. And we're not going to know when we can get a big one until we start trying to catch them. You got to go after the big ones. You got to. Get the rods out there in the water with big giant hooks and big giant baits and try to make something happen. And if we don't, hey, we still tried. You know what I mean? Okay, Joy, thank you. She's not in here right now. She's texting me, messaging me. Mike Irvin won my stickers on her giveaway the other night, and she just sent me the address on that. So Mike Irvin, when anybody sees him, tell him, I will get those in the mail tomorrow. We're waiting on the takedown. The challenges we're facing. Let me sum them up for you right now. We're way high on the bank. We're away from where we normally are. We're throwing in fast water. We're throwing in muddy water. And our hooks are actually getting into the rock piles. So we're going to lose tackle like freaking crazy today. We're going to lose hundreds of dollars worth of tackle. We're going to lose rigs. We're going to lose sinkers. We're going to lose it all. It's going to happen because we're fishing in those big rocks where we always catch those big fish at. Now, that being said, sometimes you just got to take that hit. You've got to take that risk. Throw it out there where you're going to know you're going to lose the rigs and see if they're laying up in there where they normally are. But where my hooks are now is right in the middle. Excuse me. They're right in the middle of all the rocks that I usually sit on. So them big roll rocks, when them sinker gets down in there, you know what's going to happen. It's going to get hung up. But we are using a three-way rig, so if a big fish gets on there, he'll break that sinker off, and we'll be tied directly to him, and we can get him. But as far as throwing out and reeling in, that's not going to happen today, because every time I throw out and reel in, there's a 90% chance you're going to lose your rig. So you don't want to do that. Get you a good bait on there that you feel good about with a good hook that you feel good about. Get it out there and leave it alone. Let it sit. The last time I did this, I sat for 2.5 hours before I got the first bite. And when I got that bite, I mean, it was a boom takedown. And that was on the last fish in 2021. And it was a 31.8-pound blue cat. After 2.5 hours, I threw the rods out, didn't touch them, let them sit, let them sit, let them sit. And after 2.5 hours, we got rewarded with a big blue cat. He was over 30 pounds, so as Dan would say, it was a goober. We got a goober. Mr. Duggar in here, Annette Morgan, hello. Mr. Duggar. Man, I love Duggar so much. He is so cool. Man, he cracks me up. Duggar's the only person that makes me laugh more than myself. I crack myself up. But Duggar, man, bring me a honey bun. But that's the rundown for y'all. We're throwing out the big rods, big hooks, big baits. I'm repeating myself, but for anybody coming in, they can figure it out. Hold on, I got a big long text here. Good God, you're writing a book there. Danny, if you take any advice from me, ever, I was told if you're in fast water, make sure your weight is on the lightweight line so you can get some happen. Oh. Kelly, that's the kind of rigs I run. That's exactly what I got. That's how I fish rocks. Kelly's right. I actually put a video out on that last year. I use a 3-way swivel. I'm running like a 50 to 80 pound leader on my hook, and I'm only running 15-pound line on my sinker. So I can snap that sinker off and hang on to the hook. I'll get the hook back 90% of the time. But yeah, Kelly, I actually put a video out on that last year. You are 100% right. That is how you do a 3-way rig in rocks. You want heavy, heavy line leader on your hook, and you want really light line on your sinker. It's better to lose the sinker than it is to lose the swivel and the hook and the sinker. Just let the sinker go. Don't worry about it. If you're not willing to sacrifice that sinker, you can't get into those rocks and catch those big fish. God, I'm going to bust my butt. This bank is like snot right here. I mean, this is slick. I'm going to have to probably find some grass or I'll just spill my Pepsi all over my chair. Dadgummit. I need to find some grass or something to lay down here to kind of give me a little pad to stand on so that it's not slippy and slidey. Writing a book. Well, he may be writing a book, but he is 100% correct in what he wrote. He is absolutely correct in that statement. You go a way, way light line on your sinker and go ahead and throw your leader on your hook that you normally throw. If it's a 50 or an 80-pound leader, throw it on there. I'll do no smaller than a 30-pound leader. Generally, I run 50-pound on my leader. I can bump it up to 80, but it gets a little harder to snell that knot on that hook. So 50 is generally where I like to stay at. 30 to 50 on my leader. 15 to 20 on my sinker. Because you can snap that sucker off and get your fish. Bad boy Eric fishing. What's up? Eric and Quiet Man. Them guys is, man, I'll tell you what. I met them at CatCon. Them boys are cooler and cool. Look like a couple of redneck hillbillies that come out of the mountains. We're hoping to see some rods bend today, you guys. And when they do, they're going to go. I may lose a rod today. Hey, because we don't have our rod holders. You can't get them here. So you have to stick them in the rocks. I almost bet you if we get a big fish on today, if we start getting a lot of bites, Tim Donna, hello. If we start getting a lot of bites, we're probably going to lose a rod today. I've had it happen so many times. There's a good chance we'll lose a rod. I could drive some rod holders into this mud line right here, but that mud's only about 1.5 feet deep, and then it's rocks again, and you can't get the rod holders in there. Just can't do it. I need to tie a rope on every one of those rods so that they can't pull them out, is what I need to do. Thrill Seeker, I done said hi to you, I'm pretty sure. Let's see. Fishing today at the dam. All right, Thrill Seeker. Go get them, buddy. Get after them. Get on those fish. Yes, we all want to throw good luck toward Thrill Seeker. I want to see him hook up today. Okay. It's okay. You got Betty to fish this one. Yes, Betty will catch a rod. Actually, normally when I fish like this, I usually have another rod laying on the bank ready to go. Then if a rod gets pulled in, I grab that rod up and throw it out there and catch the rod back. I probably need to go up the truck here in a minute and get that rod. That's our recovery rod, our rescue rod. We throw it out there and get the rods back when they get pulled in. But if you're going to do all that, just tie a leader on it, a leash. A lot of times I don't like tying the string on there. I mean, it's stupid that I don't do it. But 9 times out of 10, I hook a fish and I get tangled up in that cord that I've got tied to the rod. I'm hoping them big catfish. There's a washout where the current cuts straight into the bank downstream of us, and those catfish come up here in this slack water. But there's still, even in this slack water, there's some fast current here. We are fishing big current today. Big current. Let's see if we can make something happen. I don't know. I would have been here early this morning, but I fished Pontoon Jody's Flathead Challenge Thursday night, and didn't get home and get to bed till 4 o'clock in the morning. Got up at 6:30 to go to work, so I only got 2.5 hours sleep there. I worked all day Friday, and then went home, stayed up till midnight, and then got up at 2:30 in the morning to drive to Kentucky to go fishing and catch skipjack. And we caught quite a few yesterday. I caught 12. Parker caught I think 16 or 18, and a couple of other guys caught a few here. The skipjack bite was off, so for us to catch that many was it shows you we can pull it off when everybody else says you can't. People say, there's no point going over there. They're not biting. There's not biting. Man, I can go bring. I'm not buying them to do anything with, but fish. So 12 skipjack will last me a while because they're big. They'll last me a long time because I'm getting them strictly to use for myself. So I don't need hundreds of them. You wouldn't believe what I had to go through to get back here. I mean, we went 4-wheel drive. We crossed one creek. The water come in through my 4-wheel drive truck sits up pretty high. And I still had water come through the bottom of the door into the floorboard whenever we drove through this one creek that was flooded out. Now, really, really almost changed my mind when I come up on that creek and that water was flowing through there. And I said, you know what? I don't know if I'm going to cross this or not. I'm going to drop a link. Might as well. There we go. Man, I tell you what, there's no wind blowing today. It is warm out here. It's awesome. Amazing. I don't say awesome. I say amazing. But we may sit for hours before we catch a fish. But if we catch a fish here, I'm telling y'all, it's not going to be a little one. We're not fishing for babies today. We're throwing the baits out there after the big ones, and we're getting big or we're getting nothing. Almost in. We're right near a spot where we're close to a spot where I caught some of my biggest catfish last year. We caught some huge blue cats here. Richard Cluck, Fishing in Freedom. He fished just a little ways downstream of me. I mean, maybe not even 50 yards downstream. And he was stacking up 30 pounders like cordwood. That was right in the last part of the fall last year, before it really got cold. And man, we stacked the blue cats up right here. Now, are they back and ready to do something? I don't know. We'll see. The river is dropping because 4 days ago where I'm sitting was underwater. And we'll just have to see if there's anything out there hungry today. All right, we got somebody hiding in the basement. Kelly, what's up, my friend? How you doing, brother?
Pretty good, man. Hey, I'm wearing the lucky shirt for you today.
I like it. I like it.
Wearing it fresh for you.
Man, I love how you support me. You're one of my bestest friends.
Aw, I miss you too, Daddy.
Man, I mean, I've got several. I've been fishing all those little the backwater channels and tributaries, and man, you go and just load up on Channel Cat, maybe catch a 20-pound blue cat. But man, I'm wanting to get back out here and try to get something big, and you're not going to do it if you don't try. You know what I'm saying?
No, it's always it's either go big or go home.
That's it. I got up this morning and said, I'm going to commit to it. Let's go to the big water. And if we don't catch nothing, and, you know, it is what it is. But we're going for something big. And hopefully we can make it.
Thrill Seeker says he's going to be using liver and stink bait.
Okay, well, he's going after Channel Cat most likely then.
Yep. Mr. Duggar. Oh, hey, Mr. Duggar, I got a thing. I got to take a video of one of these. You'll like it. I got a surprise for you. I don't know if have you seen some of the little shorts I've been dropping lately?
It's been over the last couple of days because, man, I've barely even been home in the last 3 days.
I think the first one I dropped was about 6 days ago, and then I dropped another one about 3 days ago, and then I dropped one last night.
Well, I haven't seen any ones you dropped recently. I don't know if I've seen the ones you dropped 6 days ago or not.
Yeah, the little farm ones.
Check them out. Man, my notifications aren't working at all on YouTube.
It's YouTube. It's YouTube all over.
Because what I have to do is I have to go through in people's individual channels and go to them and look and see if they posted anything recently, because it's not putting anything up on my laptop.
Yeah. YouTube has decided to not do that much anymore.
Really? Well, that sucks.
Because the notification thing is kind of going away.
Yeah, I can concur to that. Because I keep up with Fishing in Freedom. Richard Cluck, pretty close. And he put out a video 6 days ago, and I didn't even know it till this morning. I was going through my subscriber list, and I try to go through and click on them and look and see who else put up stuff new. And I clicked on his, and I said, man, he had a video up where he's working on his boat 6 days ago, and I had my notification turned on. Nothing. Knew nothing of it. But
what's up, downtown Ernie Brown?
Ernie Brown.
Lance Mukuga, the cool guy.
Hey, good luck in that Channel Cat tournament this weekend, Lance. I had to drop out. I had a guy that I actually got 2 guys that work for me. One of them is transferring to the police department, and another one is transferring to the fire department. So I am 2 men down on my crew now, and it just so happens both of them were supposed to work this coming week and the weekend. So because I can't replace them in time, I'm not going to make my other guys do that. I'm going to take those spots and work all weekend. and that put me out of the channel cat tournament. So I contacted Avid and told him, I said, I know Rustic was in it and dropped out. I said, I'm going to drop out. Why don't you contact him and see if he wants to get back in there? So I sent Avid a message telling him to holler at Rustic and get him in there.
Yeah.
So you guys can beat the crap out of each other. I'll let them butt heads.
I'm actually thinking about going fishing, but then again, I want to do some more videos off the farm. I really enjoy it.
Yeah.
There's Lisa Elliott. Good morning. Annette
Yeah,
Morgan.
I don't go on call till next Friday at noon. And I don't come off call again till the following Friday at noon. So that's 7 whole days that I'm not going to be able to fish because we're not allowed to leave the city limits when you're on call.
Yeah.
And so I am on lockdown next week. I will be out Thursday night on Jody's Flathead Challenge. My goal this year was to do every night that I could with her. But when I go on call, those weeks are going to get knocked out. So I'll fish that Thursday night. The following Thursday, I won't because, like I said, I'll be on lockdown. But then I'll be back Saturday morning, the week after. And I'm hoping this river just keeps dropping and gets me back into my primo, beautiful spots on the Mississippi River.
Lance wants to know, since you're out of the competition, you're out of the tournament, who do you think is going to win Saturday and Sunday? Then
I don't know if he's going to catch the most fish, but I think Lance McCougar is going to catch the biggest. I think his thing is he's going to be landing big monster blue channel cats. Lance is going to line them up with those big fish. Now, what he has to worry about is these guys that I think it has to be a minimum of 2 pounds. What he's got to worry about is these guys dinking him to death. They will dink the crap out of him.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm looking for Lance is going to be on Mendota. So the cool thing about Lance fishing is you're going to see some big freaking channel cats. I promise you.
Oh yeah.
He's going to show you some big channel cats. Now, can he pull out the numbers to take them other guys out? I don't know. I don't know if he can do that.
Yeah.
I think Lance is going to have the biggest fish, but I'm looking at some of these other guys that are pulling out the 3 and 4, 5 pounders, and they're going to be a big problem for Lance. But man, I'm going to watch it just to see the monster cats that Lance is going to catch. That's what I'm going to love.
Yeah.
Because I promise you, he's going to light he's going to light the screen up with some channel cats like you ain't never seen. I guarantee you he will. You mark my words, write it down, and remember I said it.
What's going on, some old man? Yeah, Thrill Shaker. Yeah, I know. It sucks, but hey, ain't nothing we can control that when YouTube quits doing that stuff.
Yep. Well, we got 25 people watching.
Yeah, make sure y'all hit that thumbs up for Danny. He deserves it. He's been out there busting his butt, and he might actually bust his butt this time. I
may actually bust my butt this time. I don't worry about falling. The thing that scares me about this slippery bank with these big rocks is, and it's going to happen because I'm getting older, my bones are getting brittle. One of these days, I'm going to slip and fall and land, and I've always bounced off these rocks, but one of these days, my bones are just going to snap. Y'all are eventually going to see a broken arm on this show. I guarantee it. It's going to happen. There's no avoiding it. I'm eventually either going to break a leg or an arm in these rocks. I don't want to. And, I'm not worried about a broken bone. I've run that scenario through my head so many times. What are you going to do when you fall and your arm's snapped and flopping? And I said, because I'm not leaving these rods. That's not happening. I will drag that flopping arm around and carry them up one at a time with that floppy arm and get them back in the truck. That there's no way I'm running off and leaving these rods on the bank, because I guarantee you by the time I get to the hospital and get back, they'll be gone.
Oh, yeah.
And I do love my rods.
CVA says, broken bones is nothing. Danny will still fish.
That's it. I mean, y'all seen me. I took some pretty good falls, man. I've crashed into the rocks and everything else. I've done it a lot of times.
Lance said, Danny, go to highfishgear.com and look up the tubbies.
Look up the what?
The tubbies. I get.
Tubbies?
Yeah, tubbies.
And that's high fish. What was it called?
Highfishgear.com.
Highfishgear.com.
Yep.
Well, if I forget it, I'll go back home and watch this, and I'll rewind and I'll find that, and I'll definitely check that out.
Yeah.
Come on, fish. I know there's a big one out there just been saying, man, he's been going all winter, eating smaller baits that people put out there and downside, and he's ready for a big honking meal. And I've got it out there.
There's Tim Donna, lucky man this week. He's won quite a bit of prizes this week.
I know it.
2 off of Becca's and then 1 off of Mark's.
Yeah, he got that Uncle Lou rod, didn't he?
No, Mike Irvin got the Uncle Lou.
Mike Irvin got the Uncle Lou rod off that. That's right.
Yeah, he's the one that won it.
And we were out skipjack fishing yesterday, and me and the guys, I said we're going to pop in and check on Mark and Creole and Freddie.
Mm-hmm.
But we agreed when we got there. I mean, we had a lot of people there yesterday. It was just like a big meetup to skipjack fish. And we were after skipjack, but the main point was to meet up with all the other your friends from YouTube and hang out and spend the day together. And so it went over like gangbusters. We had a good time yesterday. Everybody, Alicia finally showed up at the end of the day. I think she spent the night there in her car. No, I think she went to Dominic and Tanya's house and spent the night there. But man, we had a blast yesterday. But Mark sent me a notification saying, "Where you guys at? Where you guys at?" And I'm like, "Okay, he wants to see. I'll show him." And we opened up there, got on the live stream, and we walked up down the bank and saw everybody. So, we were glad to participate in the show and that aspect of it. To help kind of, break up the monotony, because they were doing pretty good fishing. But when you got 2 guys fishing in a tournament, there's always going to be a lull in the action, and that's when it's incumbent on people like us to pop in the panel if they want you there, and kind of fill that time void. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
And so we were honored and had a blast doing that yesterday. I had a time running up and down that bank, stopping at each person. Man, I had a good time doing that. And it made us feel like we were part of the tournament with them there. So we were happy to do it, and we had a good time. But I'm committing to the main river today.
He said tabbies are made to walk on wet rocks. They grip to them. Okay.
Oh, okay. Tabbies. I think I know what he's talking about. But do they get, like, I got a lot of gumbo mud. You got to cross across the gumbo mud, then get to the rocks. Will those things get packed up with that gumbo mud and not work? I don't know. I'll check them out and see. But I appreciate the tip, brother. I appreciate it.
He also put the link in there so that way you can just click on the link later, too.
Oh, man. Thank you. Thank you, Lance. I appreciate you, brother.
Thrill Seeker said he's still listening, but he's loading up the rods. Do
what you got to do, buddy.
Yep. I'm sitting outside my store getting ready to go in here a little bit and throw up some little Debbies.
Oh, yeah. See, I didn't bring no snacks with me today, so I got a Pepsi, and I've got my Yeti cooler that I got for Christmas from my daughter. And holy crap, man, there's a big old carp. He's swimming with his head out of water right there. That thing is freaking massive. But I woke up this morning and said, do not give up on the river. Because, I get over here, if you don't catch nothing, then you always do the same thing. Go, well, I'm going to run over there to one of the backwaters, I guess, and catch a couple so I don't get skunked. No. If we move today, we're moving to another spot on the river. We're not going after little fish today. So
no,
it's big or nothing, y'all.
You need to pack some of these. Nothing,
it is what it is.
You need to pack some of these.
Oh, my God, yeah. That'd be great. Well, I would say run me some over here, but I don't think you can get down in here where I'm at right now. I had to drive over the road that comes down in here. First off, I had to cross a creek, like I said, that the water was so deep it came into under the door panel of my truck and came into the floorboard. And then I come up on the road, and the logs had washed up when the floodwater come up. There were logs piled up on the road, and when the water went down, it left them there. Man, I just went full drive and went over them real slow one at a time, and man, I was bagging the bottom of my truck and everything else. And if my wife saw that, she'd kill me.
How big of a truck do you have?
I've got a GMC 2500.
Is it pretty high up off the ground?
Yep. Hold on, no? I got a stick on
the
rods. Let me go get it. I'll be right back.
Oh, that's fine. Let's see. Lance says Little Debbie is the devil. only if he is the sweet protector. All right, fishing for whiskers. Danny, I sent the link to your Facebook Messenger, so you'll have it there. Bologna and crackers for snacks today, and sun drop. Gosh, I haven't had a sun drop in forever. Did you get a tree bass? Whoa, there he goes. You okay?
That's one.
It's on video too. Blooper.
Did I not make a promise? Did I not make a promise? I said, I guarantee you'll see me fall today. That's Slicker's snot.
Might need to find you a different spot.
Well, that and plus, I had a question answered. Man, that's mud. It's not blood. I had a question answered. I was wondering, there's no big logs floating on the water, just one every now and then, and that caught this rod and drug it down. But when I pulled it up, there were leaves all over the hook. So that was my next concern. Now I know that answer. I busted my butt.
Annette says, Danny, take your time.
Yeah, I'm going to sit down here and slide down and get this hook out of this squeeze.
Yep.
When I fell, I threw my rod down in here into the roots and the hook and the sinker and everything's tangled up.
Yeah.
I had my fall coming though, because yesterday, Parker Pursuits, climbing on those rocks, he went down and man, he took a bad fall. And how he didn't break anything, I don't know. And 5 seconds after he fell, Dominic Hollis had a rock roll out under his foot, and he went head first down the bank and just flipped over end on them rocks. And how in the world he didn't get hurt, I don't know. But the thing about it here, I mean, if you see me slip and fall, I'm landing in mud. I'm pretty much landing in mud. But this bank is slick. I mean, the water just came down. It just came down a couple days ago, so the ground is still wet with this gumbo mud, and it looks dry when you step on it. Whew, it's like axle grease, man.
Yeah, everybody's telling you just take it easy. Don't take your time. Don't try to rush and walk fast.
Well,
watch your steps.
That spot right there. What I needed to do is go up in the woods here and collect a bunch of grass and lay out a mat right here,
or branches or something.
Well, that's what we usually do. Man, have you ever tried to cut that eel off a hook? I mean, the skin on that stuff it's tougher than carp.
Oh yeah. Was that eel that you found the other day on the bank?
No, I still got that eel. This one here I caught this morning.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I stopped off at a bridge on the way here that had like a bunch of little stick brush piles around stuff, and I jigged a small piece of bluegill on a J hook down in there and kind of jigged around. And man, that rod bent down and I pulled it up and I got me a big old eel out of there. So this is fresh eel. He was alive when I got here. And I cut him up. And so he is super fresh. But
what's
I
up,
guess
Catfish Viking?
I've never tried to intentionally get them like that. I mean, I catch them every year. I mean, they're in here like crazy, all along the river and along the tributaries.
Yeah.
And I've never targeted them. But this morning I thought, you know what? I know I pulled eel out of that spot a bunch of times before. And I don't know if this is the time of year where they're running or something's going on. But man, I wasn't in there 5 minutes and had that big old eel out of there. All right, I'm gonna try to make my way over here slowly too. Right there's where I slept. I mean, this mud, it's sweat.
Oh yeah, yeah.
If you can get through the mud, there's a layer of sand underneath it. The problem is the mud's on top.
Yeah. And fishing for whiskers, yeah, I appreciate that, man. Yeah, I know you kind of miss having me in Lee's, but I gotta give everybody else a chance. I can't be there and hogging up the camera all the time.
Now, the way these rods are swept down, I don't know if I can get that back out in that spot again. We just might throw this one up here close.
I was gonna say, don't fall while trying to cast it out there.
Oh, I have. You just gotta check your footing. We'll throw this one on the other side of Betty. I don't want to walk all the way back down there again.
I was gonna say, probably need to make sure all these are closer to you.
Yeah, because that's what's gonna happen. If you do get a big takedown and I take off running, you'll get to see that again. But I'll try to stay up here on top, off the rocks. That way, if I do fall, it's kind of a cushioned landing.
Yeah. All right, Thrill Seeker. We'll see you later, man. Good luck.
But yeah, right here in front of me, this is just slick and man, it's like greased glass. Oh.
Yeah, even though it's a cushion land, it's still gonna jerk your back around.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I think I got my lower back just a little bit on that one. Because I'm feeling it now.
Yeah.
Yep. I got a little bit of the lower back on that fall. But you know me, I'm gonna ride it out and fish all day anyway.
Yeah.
I got some Tylenol in the truck. Yeah, I haven't had hardly any sticks come through here at all. And finally, one stick got caught on a rod. Man, he was taking it downstream. I got a little twig on that.
Yeah.
The thing that concerns me right now when I pulled that rod in is how many leaves. The leaves were piled up where it had the bait covered up.
Yeah.
So
Dave Bozart is in the house.
All right.
Bozarth. I guess that's how you say his last name. He said, "Hey, Danny," he says, "how's it going?"
Oh, we're out here busting our ass, literally.
There he is, Mr. Real-Time Catfishing, Mr. Professional Angler.
Who let him
Professional Angler.
Who let him out?
He's over there on Bugs Island right now.
Is he?
Yep.
Hey, he's been catching a few catfish here lately. Y'all better watch out.
Yes. I knew since he get on Bugs Island, he can catch catfish like it ain't nothing.
Right. Yeah, we might wind up making a move here after a while. But we are not going to leave the main river. We're not giving up on it today. We're going to keep fishing the main river.
I wouldn't.
Well, I mean, we're gonna try to get something big today. I got one little stick.
John Parker, I was going to send you a message about making a thumbnail, but I don't know if you have time while you're out there on Bugs Island, so let me know.
He ain't going to have time.
Yeah, I know he ain't going to. I didn't figure he would.
If he's fishing Bugs Island, y'all's going to see something out of him.
Yeah. Fishing Whisker says, Kelly, see how much you miss by not being on Lee's morning show. I am a female. Lee calls me out often since I'm snitched him out for the Boston cream pies.
Yeah, Well, that pistol's worthless.
Well, I'm there. I'm just not on panels. I'm always on there in the chats and lease. I never miss a leash Evan show. I'm always there.
Man, I fell landed on that Beretta pistol, and the barrel is packed full of mud, so it's useless right now. I'm not going to show my gun on camera, but I'm trying to get the mud out of the barrel with a stick.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, my gun is packed full of mud right now.
That ain't good.
Yeah, if I need that, I'm going to be in trouble. So, while waiting on, I'll keep it down out of view, and I'm gonna do a quick breakdown, takedown, and take this thing apart and knock the mud out of it.
Raise your camera up a little bit.
Get the bullet out of it. We don't want to have a loaded firearm.
You know what? Raise your camera up a little bit.
There you go.
There you go.
Field stripping. Field stripping a Beretta.
I got shut down yesterday trying to do a live stream.
Why?
YouTube.
Good Lord.
Shut me down right in the middle of live streaming yesterday.
What the crap?
Yep, said it was against their policy.
Well, what the crap did you do? Did they say what you did, or do you know what
it was against their policy? It was against their policy. What I was streaming.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. They don't know what that is, so it don't matter. I just got to get the. Ooh, mud flew out of
there it went.
Yeah. All right. We are clear. We are clear.
If you have a little bit of a branch with some leaves or something on it, or like a little something, you can push it through there and use it like kind of like a cleaning brush.
Well, I looked through there. You can see all the rifling and everything, so I think we're good to go. I field stripped a mini firearm out in the field when I was in the service. You have to take them apart on the spot and put them back together.
That's fine, John. I figured you might not have your iPad out there.
All right, our service weapon is back in action. Now I don't have to worry about no mountain lions or nothing like that coming up and killing me.
Yeah.
Or crackheads. Oh, yeah. Crackheads are pretty thick too.
Yeah. Well, at least you saved yourself having to drink all that Pepsi because you dumped half of it out already.
Do you know when you shake a Pepsi up?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's flat.
It's flat already? Yeah, I figured it would be.
I shook all the bubbles out of it when I landed on it. I'm kind of glad I dumped most of it out because I'm not going to waste it, but that was awful drinking. If you ever drink Pepsi that's flat, it's just, ugh.
Pork chop, nope. Just a bunch of trash on the line. That's all he's caught so far.
Yeah. The leaves are in there. The sticks are going off top, but the leaves are on the bottom.
Yep.
But we've got a couple little spots we can get to that might be out of the main current that'll have less debris on the bottom, but it'll still be on the main river. And if we have to make a move, we'll shut down and start another stream. It's no big deal. I may drive all the way out to the end of the road out here. It's another 30 miles and go to the ferry landing and fish there today.
Yeah. What's up, Rob Fox?
Here comes a big old barge coming down the water.
Yep, see it.
He's going to throw waves all the way up here on my feet, I guarantee it.
Some old man says, good luck, Danny.
I appreciate you. I got 2 little B sticks on these rods here. I'm going to go down to the rocks and out of the mud and shake them sticks off there and let that float by. So I'm gonna go slow. I'll be right back.
Yeah, go slow.
Sprinkle that on right there. There, that one's off. Yeah, once you get down here on these rocks, it's not bad. It's up there in that mud line where you get your butt butt.
Yeah.
All right, I think it's clear.
All right, Ernie, have fun. Don't overwork yourself today.
All right, rods are cleared. Don't get a lot of
Fox,
fish in them though.
Ron Fox says that was really slow, Danny.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. If I get a rod that goes down and goes in the water, there's no way I'll be able to run to it. I'll go down.
Yeah.
I'm going to hit rock bottom. But if I get down there in the rocks, it's not bad. It's just up here in this upper crust where the mud is.
Yeah.
You try to run across that, and yeah, you're going to hit the dirt. Come on, barge bite. You know what? I haven't had a chance for a barge bite in a long time because we haven't been on the river. We've been on the backwaters. So
Yep.
this is going to be the first time we've had a barge go by us in a long time.
All right, everybody, hit put in there barge bite. We want a barge bite. Barge bite.
This guy is he's running 1, 2, 3 wide, and he's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's only 6 deep. No, 7 deep. I'm sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 3 wide, 7 deep. So it's not a real big barge. Well, compared to Mississippi standards, it's not a big barge.
Rob Fox says, "Well, Danny." Rob Fox says, "Well, Danny, they say sometime you do better after you hit rock bottom."
Oh well, I've done that. There's nowhere to go but up.
Yep.
I'll have to go back and download this video and save that. And I've got a bunch of videos of me falling in them. And I'm just going to make a
little video
yeah.
compilation blooper.
There you go. Yeah, so my biggest concern right now as far as the fishing part of it is the debris on the bottom.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean you still can't catch fish. You just got to fight through it.
Are you floating your baits up, or are you letting the baits sit on the bottom?
No, both baits are up.
Okay.
I've got the weight on the bottom, and the baits are probably a 1.5 foot, 2 foot up the line.
Okay. Didn't know if you put floats on it or not.
No, no floats. I just got on the 3-way rig. I've got a really long line on the sinker. Once that sinker anchors and you tighten your line up, then it lifts the 3-way rig up, and I got a short leader on there, so it keeps it up, drifting.
Gotcha.
In this river, if you put a float on here, I mean, nothing against floats in the backwater where it's calm. You can't use them on this Mississippi River, not in spots like this. The current is so strong, it'll just drag your entire rig down until it goes right up against the bank.
Well, I'm talking about like putting those little sliding sinkers that you can put on your main line right behind your hook. That way, it'll float your bait up a little bit off the ground, but still.
You're talking about that Lance McCoo guy, like he's got that Hawaiian rig.
Well, I use them too. I put them on too.
Yeah.
And I put them so far right behind the bait. That way, when the weight hits the ground, it'll slide that bait. It'll slide that bait up off the ground a little bit more.
Yeah. We may try that eventually.
Fishing Dorset Live. What's going on? So, oi, fellas. Yep, that's right, Annette. Please don't forget to hit that thumbs up.
Yeah, I appreciate y'all. You know, that's something I never do even think about or say. You know, I don't never. I mean, I don't worry about it so much, but I appreciate it when people come on here and do it for me and tell them. But you'll never hardly ever see me telling people subscribe to their channel or hit the thumbs up and stuff.
Yeah.
You know, for I figure if they want to do it, they're going to do it. If they don't, they don't. Subscribers to me, that's just an afterthought. My videos start out, it's just about, hey man, I'm out here fishing. If you guys want to hang out with me. Sometimes we catch some really nice ones, sometimes we don't. But that's what my channel's about. It's just me getting to hang out with people like y'all.
Hey, and I just feel the pleasure of being able to hang out with you, Danny.
There you go.
You're a superstar. You're a superstar.
Right back at you.
You're a superstar.
Now, I'm just some goofy guy that keeps falling and busting his butt on the Mississippi River. And every now and then gets lucky and catches a nice catfish.
Oh, yeah. There's Off the Hook Outdoors. What's going on?
Off the Hook. Hello, brother. What's going on, buddy?
Yeah, that's Kyle, I believe.
See, the thing bad about it right now, like I said, I know there's grass and debris piling up on the line, but I also know that sinker is down in them rocks and wedged in there. Mm-hmm. So I dread reeling in because you know you're going to have to retie.
Oh, yeah.
But after it's sat out there for so long, there's enough debris on it, they're not going to find your bait.
No.
But I give it every chance I can. I'll let it sit out there, you know. I mean, you got to figure them catfish are kind of milling through that trash on the bottom and coming across stuff every now and then, you know, to eat.
Ron Fox said, that's why I like your channel, Danny. It's because you because you do it for the love of the sport and not for the love of YouTube money. Yeah, we're way off far from that YouTube money.
Well, I got news for a lot of them that, you know, I'm not trying to, you know, be negative about it, but that YouTube money's not what you think it is.
No, I know it ain't. No. You ain't gonna, unless you've got 1 million subscribers, you ain't gonna make no money off of YouTube. I'll put it out right now. No. So don't quit your day job. Don't quit your day job.
I'm not saying it ain't possible to get up to, 100,000, 200,000 subscribers and having enough money come off of it that you can actually feel it affect your life to where it's an advantage.
Yeah.
But if you're in it for the green, you're probably going to get disappointed.
Yeah.
Yep.
Unless you have sponsors behind you, which is like a lot of these guys do, they have like 4 or 5 different sponsors, and you got the YouTube money, then maybe you can make a living off of it. But if it's just
to reach that level and that status, if you go down to Nashville and walk down the streets of Nashville, there's people hanging out on every corner playing music and trying to make it big. And there's thousands of them. And it's like one of them out of every 1,000 makes it. The same thing with YouTube, you know?
Yep.
I mean,
absolutely.
It's good odds to go to Nashville and become a country music star.
Yeah. I mean, I might have 530 something hook sets, but hey, the only reason I have that is because of the content I put out. It ain't because I do it for the money. I ain't getting no money yet. I care less about the money. I've got 2 jobs. I'm not worried about the money.
There you go. I got a good job.
Yeah, I got 2 good jobs. I don't have to worry about it. Fishing's just a hobby for me.
There it is. Well,
and the reason why I did YouTube is just to show you my hobby.
Well, fishing is a lifestyle for me because if I'm not working, I'm fishing.
Yeah. I mean, I'm fishing when I can, but I mean, I've got I've got to help out on the farm on the weekends and stuff like that when I'm off. So,
well, see, that's the thing. I own a small farm outside of the city limits, about 6 miles out of town, that I have completely neglected for the last 2 years.
yeah.
I don't even go out there anymore. But it's all grown up with briars and bushes, and I'm like, man, I just let that thing. The nature is taking over that farm.
See, we have a sheep farm. I probably got adults wise. I probably got about I'd say probably about 20 adults and probably about 50 lambs.
Really?
Yep.
The whole thing on my farm is deer and turkeys. And they don't belong to me. They belong to the Department of Natural Resources.
What's up, Van? He said, Danny, will you be my hero?
Sure. But you got to be mine.
Yep.
I'll be anybody's hero, but they got to be mine right back. I like hanging out with Van. He's basically the opposite of me. I talk too much, and he barely says anything.
Nope, Steve. Nope. We don't kill our own. We're in it for the money. That's the reason why that's the reason why we do the farms. The only thing we eat off our farm is the eggs from the chickens.
Yeah.
We sell off the lambs to make money. That's how my father-in-law and my mother-in-law, that's how they make a living. They raise them up and then sell them. It's the only way they make money.
See the way the current sweeps these rods down?
Yeah.
When you do go to check them, you got to start on that end and reel up and bring them in, and you got to throw them back out in the same order. Because if you throw a rod upstream out and you go downstream, they'll cross every time. You got to throw it out, let it get where it wants to be, then throw the next one out, let it get where it wants to be. So it's a rhythm that you got to do. You got to pull them up and throw them out in the same pattern. If not,
what's going on, Linda Cox? Linda's in the house, but Linda Cox is in the house. She said YouTube. Yep, she says YouTube has a video about the Crockers with 50,000 subs, and they say they get less than $7,000 a month from YouTube.
That's still pretty good money.
Yeah.
It's got 7,000 subs?
No, they got 50,000.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but they get about 7,000, less than 7,000 a month from YouTube. Dave said, Danny, get some goats. They'll mow it down. Put some goats out there.
Oh, yeah, they will. But yep. I don't know how they, I'm trying to keep my deer population up there, and I don't know how that would affect my deer population if the goats were running loose out there. I don't know. Because they would be in direct competition with each other, wouldn't they?
Well, no, not really. All you got to do is just with all the tall grass that's fenced in the area you want them to take down.
Yeah.
And I think it's three goats per acre or something like that.
Really?
Yeah.
But I'd have to.
It's some kind of math. I can't remember.
Well, I own 10 acres of farmland. It's just 10-acre plot. That it's all wooded. There's a creek running through it. I would have to fence that entire 10 acres in, and good God, I'd hate to think what that would cost right now.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Right now with the wood being so high as it is.
Yeah. It'd be more than I could afford, I promise you that.
I'd do is I would just put about maybe 1 acre at a time. Let them clear that out, just the underbrush,
Yeah, that's a
and just go
thought.
from acre to acre to acre. Once that
Yeah,
1
that
acre is
would work.
done, then all you gotta do is move part of the fence over and fence it in the other way.
But another problem I would have, that place is just overrun by coyotes, and like I said, I rarely go out there. I promise you, if you put goats out there, they're gonna turn into coyote poop.
Yeah, true. True.
I mean, I would have to live on the property to be able to protect them goats.
Yeah.
Not being able to do that, you're just giving goats to the coyotes is what you'd wind up doing.
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
I think just to run a test on it, I'm gonna try to reel in Betty and see how bad she's hung up,
Yeah.
and see what kind of trash I got. Because I can actually reel her in because she's further out and higher up than these other rods, so I can get her over them. Because I'm curious to see what we got on the hook as far as debris.
Yeah.
Really curious. And it's most likely
Okay.
hung up in the rocks, which means I'm gonna break off. I might go up the truck and get another rig, retie. But you know what? We want to make sure that we do have baits available for these fish to bite. If they're not, then we're just sitting out here chit chatting
Yeah. Yeah.
with no chance. I mean, I know there's a low probability of catching fish today in these conditions, but I don't want to turn it to zero. You know what I mean? She's not stuck on the bottom.
That's good.
Maybe she is. Yep, she's stuck. All right, come on. Maybe I'll get it out of there. Yeah, I've seen a lot of trash on the line. Let's see here. Well, that's not bad. There's no trash on that at all, actually.
No, that's good. Unless you drug it off.
Yeah, there's a couple of little leaves here, and a couple got stuck to that braid and got tied up into the spool here. I don't like that.
When you throw it out, it'll come off.
But that current has just soaked all the blood out of that head, pretty much. We'll cut a new piece of skipjack and put it on here. We got it. We got fresh skipjack that we caught yesterday. Might as well use it, right?
Yep, might as well.
There's my eel. I don't know if you can see that or not.
Yep.
That's
Yeah,
an
we
eel
can see
I
it.
caught this morning.
There you go. All right, and actually, I probably need to get off here and get inside. I've been sitting out here in the truck the whole time.
I knew we said we was going to throw donkey baits, but I'm going to downsize that just a little bit. But I'm a little bit
Yeah,
encouraged.
I was gonna say if you're not getting any bites, I'd probably downsize it.
Well, I'm not going to go super
No, don't
small.
go too small. No.
I mean, I'm throwing a 10-aught hook
Gotcha.
with a pretty good chunk on there. So,
Yeah.
I mean, about the size. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
that's how big it is compared to my hand.
Yeah, that's big. That's big enough. Yeah.
Yeah. But we do have a 10-aught hook on there. I got a chunk of. Bro, this rod is so long, you have to walk way back on it. I got a lot of crap on the end right here. There's some grass. See?
Yeah. There you go.
That's pretty much all I see on there, though. Really. It's
Maybe
not.
just that one. Maybe just that one spot out farther out is one
Maybe
got a
it's
lot of the
a
trash.
sweet spot.
Yeah, because if you're right there where that almost like an eddy break, then you're
Yeah.
probably good.
Well, that's where this one was.
Yeah.
But man, that stuff is so hard to get off a braid. It's like picking cotton. Nah, fresh bait. Back to the floor, people can't get her loaded up and get her out there. Get hung off this briar here. Get out of the trees. Another downfall to a 16-foot rod. Okay. We got to step down here a little bit. Watch this mud.
Yeah. Watch your footing.
Oh, yeah. And that's deep. Just hit bottom.
So how deep do you think it's? So how deep do you think it's going?
I'm gonna say it's at least 60-foot hole right there. It's not the deep
Nice.
hole that I like to fish in. The deep hole I like to fish in is way around that bend down there. That
Yeah.
hole right now is probably close to 95 foot deep.
Man, you love some of the hole. You would love some of the deep holes that I have. They're 100 plus.
Well, that's the thing. In the summertime, I don't like fishing the deep holes. I like fishing the shallow flats right above a deep hole.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. During the wintertime, you'd love them.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
where I go in the winter. But in the
Yeah.
summer, with real hot nights, and I fish all night long and do a show all night long, I'll find those deep holes, which I know where they are, and I'll go upstream of them, and I'll throw out there and let it drift right to the edge of that deep hole. And dude, I'm telling you, I'll show y'all this year. We're going to be slamming huge blue cats. We're going to be pulling in flatheads out of that because they're hanging they're at the edge of that hole.
Yep.
I pulled some monster flatheads out of here.
Yeah. See, on my wintering pool, I can hit those deep holes from the bank. But see, right now, I'm too far back now where the water's come up now. But that's good because now I can go shallow.
Right. Well, on that particular rod right there, like I said, we now know that we're throwing out there in an area where there's minimal debris, so we've got that working for us. Let's see if it works out.
Yeah. But Danny, I'm gonna jump off here real quick and get inside and get the store done. Oh, no problem. Well, and I'll jump back on later.
Okay, I'll be looking for you.
All right.
All right, Kelly. Be careful today. Have a good day, brother.
All right.
Catfish back in. Oh, them trees. Yeah, absolutely, buddy. Because I think yours is what, a 12 or a 13 footer? Carnage? We'll give the opportunity out there for. Just don't know what time these fish will start by today. We'll see. I try to get close to that camera, but that's where that really slick, muddy spot is. I know that last rod down there, it's bent over really, really hard, which tells me it's either hung up in the rocks or it's got a lot of trash on it. And I got one stick. I promise you. Excuse me. One stick floating down right now. And with all the area it's got to go, I almost bet you it's going to wind up catching one of these rods. Pretty good sized log. We'll see. Maybe it won't. Maybe it will. But we got to be ready to jump down there and get it before it drags that line into a bunch of trash. Okay, I got to get closer here where I can see y'all now because let's get that up a little bit like that. There we go, huh? Won't be able to see the rods. Uncle Lou, working on trucks in and out of the house. Just want to drop in and give you a thumbs up and show support. Uncle Lou, thank you, my friend. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, brother. Yeah, our last rod in the line down there, that white one, I don't know if you can see it right there or not. Right there. I think that's it. It's somewhere. That's our J-Dog rod. And it's been over really hard, so I bet you there's a bunch of trash on it. We will have to go pull that up in a minute and rethrow it and see if we can get that crap off there. But we'll give it a little bit of time here fishing. And if we don't at least get a bite or something, we'll shut down the stream, pack everything up, and we'll drive 30 miles to a different spot on the river and try a different location. I've got several spots we can go fish. We're not stuck in one hole. We'll definitely go find a new area. And sometimes, I mean, it's all the same river, but sometimes the contour of the river will determine how much debris is washing up in there and how much is not. And sometimes you just got to hunt and find that sweet spot where there's less trash and more fish. So it's kind of like moving in a boat. It's just a lot harder on the bank, you know? A little bit hard to do on the bank. I would jump on, but I'm making stuff in the shop. Okay. No problem, brother. No problem. You ain't obligated to do anything. You're not obligated. Yep. Catfish back at 12 foot. So Carnage is a 12 foot rod. And me and Catfish Biking, he's wanting to do a challenge, you know, Betty versus Carnage, you know, and man, I'll tell you what, I've had so many challenges lately and I've been getting into so many tournaments that I'm gonna start backing out of a lot of that now, and because it turns it into work, and so I'm still gonna get into some tournaments and still get into some challenge stuff, but it just turns the fishing into a work. And so what I rather do is team up with people and do a split screen, and we spend the day fishing together instead of against each other. Um, you can only take people beating up on each other so much before, yeah, well, it starts to get where, you know, I don't care for it too much. I just don't. I was raised up that you fish together, not against each other. I mean, that's how I fish. I fish with my buddies. I fish with my friends. You know, if you're looking to bash my head in with a rock, why are you fishing with me? Yep. I do like the tournaments, though. They're fun. You just got to be careful, because I got wrapped up in it there for a little bit. Man, I was good in every one of them. Oh, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Sometimes you just got to slow down and remember, it's about fishing. For me, okay, the tournaments are great, but you got to kind of limit yourself sometimes. I think, or you kind of forget what you're here for. You know, Half Century, hello, my friend. Fishing with Steve Mosley. How you doing, buddy? Good to see you guys. 31 people in the house. If we do wind up having to pull everything in and move, I'll shut the stream down. But you guys be watching, because when I get to a new location, I'll fire it back up again. And we'll get it going again. I'm hoping to find a sweet spot somewhere on the river today where we can fish a little later this afternoon and maybe even fire up the generator lights and do a little bit of nighttime fishing. I'm hoping we can find that spot. And we may not have to move, because when I reeled in that last rod, there wasn't as much trash on there as what I thought. So maybe it's just a matter of waiting it out until these fish start biting, because that's the way they are here. I mean, you can sit here for hours on end and nothing. And then all of a sudden, boom, it's like flipping a light switch. They will turn on and light it up. I'm hoping that sun comes out enough to dry this mud up a little bit so I'll quit falling. Because it's still pretty slick. I can't even stand up in front of my chair. most of the road going down here to the fishing spots is still pretty inaccessible because the floodwaters piled trees up that my truck won't go over. I drove over a bunch of logs and trees down here, but the ones I drove on down the road and looked, and dude, there's trees down there that are 3 feet in diameter, laying across the road. And I'm not about to do the conservation department's job and cut them trees out, but I'm cool with that. You don't have to be a challenge. I'm just happy to be. Yeah, yeah, and we will. Hey, we will do some challenges coming up, but I'm gonna start focusing on uh, picking different people or having them contact me. And I want to do. I like to do a lot of split screens while we're out fishing because you're doubling your chances of uh, of catching fish, which is entertaining for the people. And crap, I'd like to even go 4, 6, 9 on it and get a bunch of people fishing that day and have them all on the screen. And somebody hooks up, just boom, swamp donkey. How many times have you followed today? One time on camera. I took a pretty good fall a while ago. It was live. It was on the live stream. I mean, if you guys want to go back and watch me fall, yeah. I ain't gonna lie. I jammed my back a little bit. Right now, and I've got. It feels like there's a knife back there poking right in my lower spine. So yeah, I jammed my spine when I hit the ground. But we'll work it out. We're gonna push on through. Push on through. Keep going. Don't stop. I mean, I could go home because I hurt my back, but guess what? When I get to the house, the freaking back's still hurting. Might as well stay here. It's still hurting. You go hell. Just stay here. I mean, if my legs start going numb and I can't feel them, yeah, I'm getting in the truck and getting the heck out of here. Now, everything still works. It just hurts a little bit, but I appreciate you asking. No. Don't feel bad about laughing, dude. I mean, I'm going to laugh about it tomorrow. I fall all the time. You guys, it's not a big deal. And a lot of the pains that I feel and stuff is just, crap, I'm 56 years old and I've pushed myself so hard all my life that most of my joints and my back and everything, they're pretty worn out. And, a lot of people don't know, I've mentioned it before, but I have a degenerative bone disease in my spine that is slowly just eating the my spine up. But we don't care. As long as we can fish, we're still good. I ain't gonna worry about the day that I can't do it no more until that day gets here. Right now, we're just gonna keep going and have fun. That's all we want to do. It would be nice to catch fish today, though. But like I told y'all, we're targeting big fish today. So it's not gonna be just fish flying out of the water and landing on the bank. I don't look for it to happen. Not to say we can't get into something though. We are after the big boys, and when you're after the big boys, that's when you're really gonna pull out everything you can on. And from the bank makes it so freaking challenging. You're fishing from the bank in flooded water that has trash and debris floating on the bottom. You're limited to your spots that you can get to. Here's the thing: when this river gets down and stabilizes, when it gets where it's supposed to be, guys, I've got hundreds, if not thousands, of fishing spots on this river that I'm going to take you guys to this year. You've seen a lot of them. You guys have seen a lot of them. But you haven't seen all of them, I promise you. We've got some amazing spots on this river that we're going to be taking you guys to. One of my plans is I'm going to hook up my RV, my camper, to the truck, and we're going up to a place called Trail of Tears State Park. It's north of me here in Missouri. Beautiful place, and it's an actual. There's a museum there and everything. There's an RV park, and it's right on the river. And we may just do a crazy day where we go up there and go through the museum together. And it shows all the Indian artifacts. It tells the stories about how they got the Indians across the Mississippi River when they did that march and marched all the Indians across the country, moving them to the reservations. I mean, it's pretty. It's pretty. It's educational, but I mean, if you know the facts of what happened, it's pretty heartbreaking too. I mean, it is. But we're going to do some stuff with you guys this year. But the focus is going to be mostly on going to Trail Tears and showing you guys some of the wing dikes there that we can set up the camera. We'll walk way out on the wing dike and fish off it. I have caught some amazing catfish out of that spot. And I've had a lot of people tell me, said, "Oh my God, why are you telling people exactly where to go?" I'm like, I don't care, dude. We're here to help each other. I put people on spot after spot after spot, and because guess what? When I come to go fishing, if they're piled up in there, I've got other spots. I mean, not like today. I mean, today kind of sucks, but Rich and Leo angling in the UK, hello. But I'll try to pay more attention y'all today. I'm sorry. I'm really bad about keeping up with the chats. Bullets Barbecue, how you doing? But y'all know me, I like to talk. If you come into my show, you're going to get a lot of blah, 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 blah. You're going to get a lot of that. That's just what I do. Cotton picking Duggar. But yeah, Trail of Tears, the wing dikes up there. I've caught some amazing catfish up there. My grandson caught his first catfish up there. Was it last year? Year before last? Year before last, I think. And I got a video of that. And you know what? I wish people would go look at that video because I'm telling you, I think that was a channel cat. It's the first time in my life I've ever had trouble determining if it was a blue cat or a channel cat because that fish was so freaking big. I was thinking, my God, there's no way that's a channel cat. But I mean, I've looked at the long body on him and the shape of him, and I don't know. You tell me if you go back and find that video where I've got my grandson at Trail Tears and caught his first catfish. It was a huge, looked like channel cat, but I don't know. I mean, that was the one time, like I said, that I actually looked at it and go, I'm not sure. I've never had trouble determining if it's a channel cat or a blue cat. But with the body shape and the size of that fish, because of the size, I tended to think it was a blue. But then I went back and looked at the footage, and it didn't look like a blue on the body shape. But every other fish I've ever caught, I know if it's a blue or a channel. That one there looks like a channel, but good God, as big as it was. And that's the funny thing. That was his first catfish ever. Was caught at Trail Tears, my grandson, Brantley. And yeah, I had to hold my arm around his waist, and I had to hold it out there on the rod because that fish was big enough that it was pulling him down the bank. He couldn't hold on to it. So I had to wrap my arm around his waist and hold on to him and reach out and hold the rod up and let him reel it and pull it up and reel it. Because he didn't weigh nothing back then. That fish weighed about as much as he did. But he's proud of that fish to this day. Fisher Steve Mosley, thinking about going fishing. I highly advise that. Any of you guys, man, absolutely. I mean, if you watch this and you see this beautiful warm sunshine blowing on me right now, there's no wind blowing, I got sun shining on me, man, I encourage you and I almost demand, if you can drop out of here and go fishing, do it. I mean, I'm gonna run the live stream no matter what, just so anybody wants to pop in and out. But by all means, if you look at me out here fishing and you think, God, I want to go, shut your stupid phone off and go fishing. Just do it. Okay? I 100% understand. And not only do I understand, I encourage you to do it. Put the phone down. Turn the laptop off. Go out there. get you some rods in the water. Then if you want to go live, do it. Just do it. Today is the day to do it. Y'all need to get out there. Get out of the house. I'd rather see you fishing on the fish bank and, enjoying your day versus sitting on the couch watching me. God's honest truth. I'd rather you do that. I mean, if you can't go fishing and you want to hang out with me, I love it. I love having you. I enjoy every single person's in here. But if you're not going fishing because you're sitting there watching me, what is wrong with you? Good God. Don't be a watcher. Be a doer. Get out there and do it. Let's go fishing today. Just go. Just go. If you can go, go. Today might be the day that you thought, oh my God, thank God we decided to go. Look at all these fish we're catching. Look at all this sunshine on our face. Look at the birds flying and the water's flowing and, or I can sit at the house and watch YouTube. Forget YouTube. Go fishing. Get out of the house. Live your life. Don't watch somebody else's. You're welcome to watch me all you want. I love you. I want you here. I want you here. If you cannot go fishing, I want you here. If you can go fishing, get the hell out of here. Go. Go. My channel is to show people me fishing and encourage them to put the phone down and go do it yourself. You're missing out. And nobody's, I'm not going to let anybody miss out because of me. Not going to happen. I will run you everyone off. I will. Because I want you to live your life. I want you to live it. And I want you to enjoy it. Man, what kind of bug is that? That gum. Come here, buddy. I don't know what that freaking thing is, but man, he's all over me. And he looks like he's fixed to bite me. He's fixed to take a bite. Like, get out of here. That's not the nature you probably want, but it's part of it. Playing with bugs. Out here playing with bugs. Boy, I tell you what, it just feels like a bite could come any minute right now. The water is not, it's not where I really want it to be, but it's doable. It's completely doable. 100% doable. You got to throw them rods out and sit here and talk to everybody. Annette Morgan, we went fishing yesterday. Annette, did you have a good time? I didn't ask you if you caught any fish. I asked you if you had a good time. Because the fishing, when you go fishing, the fish are the bonus. Getting out and I mean, man, this sun's shining on my arm. It's drying my skin out. Looks like I got eczema. Everybody went out there and sat in the sun because Danny Stone told them to. We all caught skin cancer. Freaking idiot, killed us all. You're not going to take you some sunscreen. You'll be all right. You'll be all right. Bugman getting in the shower and go. That's what I'm talking about right there. Bugman. My brother Bugman. Get in the shower and leave to go fishing. Now, what I don't understand is I don't take a shower to go fishing. I take a shower when I get back. I never understood that. Well, armpits stink a little bit, but I'm going to go out here and roll in the mud. I better get cleaned up. What the hell? You're going to get cleaned up to go out and get stinking. Then you got to take another shower. I just get up and go. When I get home, my wife goes, "You go in there and wash that crap off." Get all cleaned up to go get dirty. Uh, no fish, so got a few bites. Well, see, there you go. Got a few bites. That's more than you got sitting on the couch. Oh, if you're that dirty, then bug man, okay, go take a shower real quick. Get cleaned up. But if you smell that bad, take your bait and rub it right there and throw it out and tell me if that works for you. Of course, then your armpit's going to smell like cut bait, but who knows? May work. Oh, how beautiful it would be for me to see those rods come out of the trees and into the water. Let's rock it. Get on down there. I don't think we've even had a bite yet. We busted our butt. I'll have to determine if fall in the creek. Yep. Just go fishing and fall in the creek. If you're lucky, you'll land on your cheek. I'll sit here and debate on it for a little while, and what I'm doing while I'm sitting here is I'm analyzing and contemplating other spots that I go to. So I'm trying to figure out how the river is acting here and how that's going to affect the other spot that I'm going to. Because in my mind, I think about the contours of the river and how the current flows on it, and I can pretty much determine if that's going to be a spot that's going to have a lot of sticks and logs and stuff like that on it. Is there going to be a lot of debris on the bottom? Uh, that's not just from being a smarty pants know it all. It's just from fishing those spots for over 40 years and fishing in every possible condition that I can in them in that 40 plus year time. So I kind of know what I'm looking at. Like the reason I came to this spot here is because it's where the river curves real sharp. There's a big, huge horseshoe bend here. And so most of the current is on the other side or in the middle of the river. And so what you catch here is a lot of the slack water that's not as bad. So I'm fishing pretty swift current right now, but it's nothing compared to 200 yards out, 300 yards out. Oh my God, it's rolling like coming off of Niagara Falls out there. I mean, it is super bad current that would just sweep your line right back to the bank. So we came upstream to get away from that and set up in this spot. And that's what you got to do. You just got to check out those spots and see what pays off for you and what don't. Sometimes it pays big. And who we got here? Hold on, no, I missed somebody. Kenneth Powell's in here. Yeah, takedown. Filipina British Eye Story. Hello, Filipina. Oh, is that big log there going to get us? That is a huge, huge log. Is it going to get us? It might. I don't know if y'all can see that or not. There's a big log floating right there. And I'm watching to see if it's going to get it past the lines or not. I don't know. We may have to do some reeling here real quick. It's not looking good. Let me take a look and see here. It's hard to see those lines going on. I don't want to get ready. Take it past that first line. It made it past that one. I don't know if it's going to pass this way. Okay, you got past the first 4 rods, gonna get past the 5th one. Oh God. That thing was that log's floating back against the current coming back up the stream. It is determined to get hung up in that rod right there. And it's going to. It's gonna get hung up in that rod. Dadgummit. There it goes. Don't do it. That is a big freaking log. We do have a little clump of grass on our 3-way swivel here. I'm gonna show you something here in a second. And this is gonna go back to what I was talking about earlier for any of y'all that was in here earlier. This is what I was talking about. Hold on. Let me get this cleaned up. I'm getting ahead of myself. But we got a big lump on the end here piled in there. We gotta get that off there. So we'll probably wind up moving from this spot and get away from this stuff here. I know a couple more spots we can go to. So it's an inconvenience, but it's not gonna shut us down. That stuff's like picking cotton. Getting this crap off here. Now, let's go to what I was talking about earlier. If you were in here, I talked about my 3-way swivel. Okay? This is the rig I use. Boy, that current has really got that wrapped up in there too. Let me get it untangled here. And I'll show you what I was talking about. Alright. So you got your main line coming from, let me get this comfortable. Let's reel up just a little bit so we can get it in camera view. There we go. Alright, your main line going to your rod. Boom. 50-pound mono. And then on your 3-way swivel here, I've got a drop coming off that's got 50-pound mono with the bait and the hook on it. Now at the bottom, I'm running 15-pound mono, and that's what I had my sinker tied to. Okay? The reason I do that is I know that sinker's going to get them rocks and going to get hung up. But I can pull and break that sinker off, and I get back my swivel, I get back my leader, I get back my hook. Okay? And all you lose is the sinker. Yep, you're losing sinkers every time you throw out. But isn't that better than losing the swivel, the hook, and the sinker? You're sacrificing one to save the other two. That's why I use the 3-way rig with a drop that has a smaller line on it with the weight on there. So that'll break off and you sacrifice the sinker to save the rest of your rig. Okay? But I've got to run up to the truck and grab another weight to put on here. And we're going to decide if there's not a ton of trash getting on the rods, but there's enough getting on it that it's aggravating. You know what I mean? So we may decide to pick up and move somewhere. Let me see here. We're behind on chat. Sorry about that. Fishing for Whiskers, Mike Irvin, Brian B. Brian B's in here. He said he'll laugh about it himself, but I'm feeling it. Yeah, yeah, my back's hurting a little bit. I hit the ground pretty hard a while ago. But y'all, it feels like it does when I wake up every morning. Every morning when I wake up, I have to go. I do physical therapy every morning when I get out of bed. I have to do 30 minutes of physical therapy every morning to even get the movement back in my joints and everything. So it feels like that all the time. It's just whenever I fall and like that, it aggravates um that pain, I guess. But hey, you guys will all feel it too. When you get older, it don't get better. It's worse. Just shake it off. You'll be all right. You'll be all right. All right, let me run up and grab a weight because this is our Chris Flores Muddy River Blue Cat rod, and we definitely want it out there in the water. It's got that's an old Abu reel that I've had forever, forever, forever. So we want to go get a weight and get it on here and get this rod back out there. And we're going to sit here for a little bit and decide, do we want to make a move? If we do decide to make a move, I will shut the stream down and you guys can uh, either go on about your day or you can watch for me to go somewhere else and get set up. It's your life and it's your decision to do what you want to do. I would love to have you with me, but man, if you've got a chance to get outside, you know what I'm going to tell you to do. You know what I'm going to tell you to do. Get off your stupid phone, turn off the TV, get off your laptop. We've had crap days for so long that if it's beautiful where you are, like it is right here, right now, you're absolutely wasting a day if you're sitting in the house. You're wasting it. You guys, you only get so many of them in life. You know, our days, they're all planned out as far as how many you got and how many you're going to get and what you're going to do with them. The only person that has control over anything is you about what you're going to do with the days that you have. Nobody knows how many days you got left. Use them wisely. Okay? That's my advice to you. Use them wisely. If you can do what you want to do, then why aren't you doing it? Stop with the freaking excuses. Stop with it. Live your freaking life. Enjoy it. Enjoy it. I talked enough. Let me run and get a sinker. You guys, take me a couple of minutes. The truck's parked right up here in this mud hole. I may be stuck. I don't know. But I'm going to go get a sinker, get this line tied up, and get it back out there. I'll be right back. You guys hang out together and talk to each other. Wonderful people in here. If you can't find somebody to talk to, then you must be a butthole. All right, well, I'll go ahead and. Oh, I'll bring a battery pack with me. Get down here. All right, let's get a weight on there. Y'all still here? I'm trying to see how many of them I ran off. Brian B, my brother, what's up? Oh my God. Josh, the weekend angler. Hey, had a great time with Josh yesterday. And everybody told us that we couldn't catch no skipjack. They said, you ain't gonna catch nothing. There's no point in going. Well, I got bait on the end of these rods that'll tell you otherwise. We did catch skipjack. And we caught what we needed. And that's all I needed. I got what I needed. I didn't really need any more than that. Because, I was teasing everybody, telling them, said, I want to catch 100 of them. I want to catch 100. Man, I don't want to put up 100 freaking skipjack in my deep freeze. I got food in there. All I need is a dozen or so of them to last me a while. And here's the smart part of it. Because here's the thing. If I go over there and catch a whole bunch of skipjack, my wife don't let me go back. And I want to go back over there and fish some more. So I catch enough to last me for a month or two, or even 3 or 4 weeks, catch me enough to last me for a little while. And then when I get low, I get to go back over there and go fishing again. So why would I want to catch enough of them that I don't have to go back? You got to think like me. Got to have an excuse to go back. So let's see. Do we want to change that one out? This still smells like skipjack. Maybe we squeeze it a little bit. Get some oil and juice pouring out of there. We're going to throw that back out there. Gonna get back out there. Gonna do it. Gonna do it. We're gonna do it. We're gonna get back out there. All right, let me walk down here slow, y'all, because I don't want to fall again. It's gonna happen, but I'm not gonna encourage it. Hang on. Once I get these rocks, it's not so bad. I have that rod poke right there. Please walking my way. Get bottom. That's for the big. Slow and steady. Just take your time. Take your time. Take your time. Take your time. All right, we made it back to the chair. Okay. We're fishing again. Of course, we already had rods out, but we'll see. God, my glasses. I need a new prescription, y'all. I'm getting old and my glasses don't work no more. Are we getting any besides great stories? No, not right now. No fish yet. Oh, wait a minute. Are you getting any great stories? Talking about fish? We ain't got no fish yet, but here's the thing. That's fishing the Mississippi River when she's fast dropping. And we're just throwing out big baits and trying to get something cool, man. Out and fished any past century. I can't wait for you to get out and fish. Kelly, you back? Hang on, brother. Let me open the door for you. You don't have to come in if you don't want to, but I always leave my door open. I leave my door open. Oh my God. I do think another reason I may move is to it's not that easy for me to get this gear packed up and get it out of here. So I may actually move to get to a spot that will be easier for me to pack up when I do get ready to go. So you getting your deliveries all done there, buddy?
I got one store down, 2 more to go.
Okay. So you only have 3 drops on Sunday?
Yep, 3 main stores, 2 Kroger's and a Walmart. That's it.
There you go.
And I'm just running back stocks. All I'm doing.
Okay.
Yeah, these days I'm just running back stocks. They don't allow deliveries with vendors on Sundays.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Now you were talking about earlier about you got to drive over all those rocks and stuff.
Yeah.
Because of your truck and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't think I'll have any issues.
Really? Let me see what you got. Oh
Look
yeah.
how off the ground that is.
Yeah, that's the way my truck is. My truck's the same way. I mean, from the top of the tire to the top of the fender well is about 2.5 feet.
I know too that just the outside edge of the fender for my tire is from my pinky to my end of my thumb right there.
Oh no, mine's higher than that. I've got that
Now
beefed
inside.
up.
Now if you go inside, it's a lot higher, but that's just to the very edge of the outside.
Okay,
of the
I see what you're saying. Well, mine's probably close to that then. Mine's probably pretty close to that. But yeah, when I bought this new truck, I bought it in 2019, brand new. It had 0 miles on it, and I had it specifically custom made for pulling my camper. I got the tow package put in there. I had the suspension beefed up on it. I mean, they went through and really. I took all the fancy stuff out of the cab and put it into the tow package. You know?
Yeah. Oh, this truck. This is what the truck came in, except for the tires. I put the tires on myself.
Cool.
I saw a weekend angler in there, Brian B.
Yeah, Josh popped in a while ago.
There's Mike Irvin.
Yep.
Did you tell him what you were supposed to tell him?
I forgot.
About the stickers or something?
Oh, yeah. He don't got to worry about it. Joy got in touch with me. She sent me his address. So I will get his, I've got my wife has a doctor's appointment. She's got to be at the hospital. We got to be there at 6 o'clock in the morning. They're doing an upper GI on her. She's been going through all kinds of stuff here lately. So I've got to have her at the hospital and pre-op tomorrow morning. But if I get home early enough tomorrow afternoon, I'll get his stickers mailed off. If not, I'll get them mailed out Tuesday. I've got a really busy day tomorrow morning. I may have time to do it tomorrow afternoon. But no, they did an upper GI on her when they go in the camera down her throat and everything.
Yep.
And, a year ago, and they found cancerous polyps in there, or precancerous. I'm sorry, precancerous. And so they were concerned about that. So a year later, they're doing that again, and she's scared to death. But I told her, you're going to be fine. Don't worry about it.
I already had my upper and lower already a long time ago.
Yeah.
I'm not in 40 yet, and I already had my upper and lower already done.
Really?
Yeah.
I had
it back in 2015. I think around 2015, I think I had them.
Yeah. Well, I've had the lower done twice. I ain't had the upper yet.
Josh, how's the boat sitting over there? Is it good? Bullets and barbecue. I deliver Tom's chips, Lance crackers, and Snyder's of Hanover pretzels, Cape Cod chips, all those kind of stuff. But today I'm doing Little Debbie stuff. This is my second job.
Well, I'm just trying to figure out how much time I want to commit to this spot before moving. But, that's the thing. It's a mind game because I've come to this spot before to set all day long, and then all of a sudden the fish start biting out of the blue. And there's been lots of times that I've moved, and people would call me later and said, man, we went over that spot you were at after you left, and about 30 minutes later, we tore them up. So sometimes you're moving, you're cutting your throat, but you don't want to spend the whole day in a spot that's not going to be productive either.
True. Well, you've been there for about 2 hours. I'd say you're pretty much good.
Yeah, but like I said,
I'd almost say, but then again, you might leave and wish you stayed, and about 30 more minutes later, you'd catch a big old fish. Yep.
That's it. Like I said, in that video I did, the last fish that I caught in 2021, I sat here for 2.5 hours with not even a nibble. I picked up my chair and all my gear, was walking up the bank, and Back Betty went down like a rock. And you know, I went back and watched that video.
Yeah.
What I didn't realize, after I caught the catfish and I'm in front of the camera talking, if you guys will look over my shoulder at that 13-foot white rod that I had out there, dude, it was going down like crazy, and I never knew it till I got home.
Mm-hmm.
And I watched the footage, and I'm like, crap, I had another fish on the whole time and didn't know it. Because by the time I got so excited about that blue cat, by the time I got him released and told everybody, I'm going home, and I reeled that rod up, and the bait was gone, and never thought about it till I got home and looked, and I said, man, if I would have got over there, I would have doubled up. I would have had another fish. Because, I mean, he had it bent down pulling on it. You can see it over my shoulder in the video. And I never knew it till I got home.
Yeah.
I've got several videos that do that. The day that Lee Evans and J-Dog were fishing against Mike Greenwell and Chris, and I caught those 13 channel cats. I went back and watched that video, and I think there's like 6 or 7 times during that video while I'm talking to the camera, you can look at the background, and the rod's just going nuts. And I never knew it till I got home and watched it.
Yeah. That's why sometimes they say it's better off just videoing it and not actually going live, because that way sometimes you can concentrate on catching the fish.
Yeah.
But also, having somebody up like what I'm doing right now lets you concentrate on your poles that actually have to watch chat.
That's what I love about having your backup. That's your backup right there. That's your support team. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's why I like when I go live, I like to have somebody there watching my chat. That way I can concentrate on my rods. Even though I don't catch nothing, but I want to at least watch my rods.
Yeah. Well, that particular day we're talking about, I couldn't do that because like I said, Lee, J-Dog, Chris, and Mike Greenwell, they were live. So I was just running the camera. I didn't want to go live while they were doing that. So that was all recorded footage. It wasn't a live stream. But I'm leaning in talking to the camera, even though I'm not live, letting people know what's going on. I've got the other phone, and I've got Lee Evans live on there with J-Dog and stuff, and I'm holding the phone up to the camera and talking all kinds of smack. And the whole time I was doing that, then I had fish on after fish on after fish on, and never knew it until I got home.
Yeah. Let's see. Buck says he don't go to the doctor. They just tell you bad stuff. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Buck says Jay Higgins buffalo wing chips are good. Never heard of them. Never heard of them. I don't have that. They don't have those kind of chips around this area. Those are more regional.
I don't know if I should say this or not, but talking about the doctor thing, they take an oath, right?
Yes, they do.
To their only concern is your health and stuff. But I'm gonna tell you something. Not all doctors, not all. Listen, every one of them I've ever dealt with, they hope like crap they find something wrong with you.
Yeah.
Because I'm a veteran and I've got really good insurance and stuff. And you know what? When they go in there, they look for something wrong because they go, man, there's money to be made on this guy right here. I'm telling you.
Well, you got to realize doctors and people don't know this. I'm a MA. I'm a former MA. I work for different doctors and surgeons and stuff like that. Doctors get a percentage cut from pharmaceuticals.
Yeah.
So if they find something that they're going to have to prescribe you they're gonna make a little bit of money. It's not a lot, trust me. It's not enough to go home to brag about, but they do get a little kickback for prescribing you medication. So they're looking for something wrong, but they're hoping not to find anything.
Yeah.
But then again, you know how this world is. There's something wrong with all of us. So,
well, yeah.
It might be mental, it might be physical, but there's something wrong with us.
And somebody else in a 4-wheel drive made it back here. I'm shocked.
What's up, Art? Art was out there. Which one was it? I can't remember which one was out with John Parker last night on Bugs Island. It was Art or Uncle Josh, I think.
I think it was Josh.
Yeah, I think it was Uncle Josh.
Oh. Man, I just almost feel like if I just commit to the spot and don't give up, that we will pull one. I mean, we're not going to pull a lot of fish out of here, but I almost feel
Art
like
said both of them.
your best shot is for a huge fish. And I'm talking about something that people are going to be talking about. That when you reel it in and you're fighting it and you get in there and I throw it up on my shoulder and I got my hand in his mouth, my best shot at that fish is going to be probably right here. Now, but you're running it. You're running a chance of sitting here all day long and not catching nothing. But it's a great day. Who cares, you know?
Oh yeah. Art said it was both of them out there.
Yeah, so but I'd be lying if I didn't want to. I want to. Man, I've caught so many little fish lately. The biggest thing I've caught was when I was fishing against Lee Evans in the 1v1, and I got that 25-pounder. He was almost 26. And man, that got me popped up. I'm like, you need to get back in there on these big ones because if he bit, there's more of them hungry. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, absolutely. What's up, Anthony Duckworth?
Anthony, good to see you. And I didn't say hi to Art yet. I know we've been talking about him, but hey, Art.
Bullets and Barbecue wants to know what your PB is, Danny. So, what's your PB blue?
It's controversial. I caught one. Well, here's the thing. I'm going to stick with my old PB. I caught a fish. Was it? It's probably just 6 months ago, Kelly. It was back in the fall. Like that. Yeah, and we put him on the scales, and I went to lift it up. The scales go to 70 pounds as high as they go, and it started flashing error. Then the scales broke. But you know, I don't know if them scales were good scales. I don't think they were. Because I've looked at that fish compared to, we thought it was over 70 pounds. I'm not going to lie. We thought it was over 70 pounds. And I've looked at that fish compared to fish that other people have caught. And so then it cast a lot of doubt in me. So on that fish, we just took him out of the count. We're not counting that fish.
Yeah.
Now, so that puts me back to...
I done the same thing. I did the same thing you did. And I compared your fish to like what J-Dog caught. His was over 70 pounds.
Yeah.
And it was like
mine was longer. Mine was longer, but it wasn't big around and beefy like his was. You know, but my fish was longer than his, but it had the length, but it didn't have that girth. So I'm just going to say, you know, that video's out there for people to go watch and enjoy that fish. But I'm not counting that as a PB. So that drops me back to my confirmed PB, which for a blue cat is 68 pounds. I've got a 68 pounder.
If you take the account that you think that scale was not that good or accurate, I'd almost say that fish was probably in the 50 range at least.
I would probably agree with that. I'd probably agree with that.
I would say somewhere in the 50s.
Yeah, but I know
just
for
to
a
be
fact
safe on it.
I've got one that I put on a scale and weighed him. Blue cat was 68. I do have a 68 pounder on the board. Now for my flathead, the biggest flathead I ever caught. If you go to my channel, the very first video I ever put out 4 years ago. Okay, that's the video of my biggest flathead I ever caught on rod and reel. I didn't have scales with me that day, so I don't know what that fish weighs, but you can go look at him and you can see the biggest flathead I ever caught. I couldn't tell you, I wouldn't even guess what that fish weighed. But it's the very first video on my channel. If you go all the way to the bottom, the very first video, that's my biggest flathead. Don't ask me what he weighs. I don't know. I didn't have a scale with me that day, but it is a beautiful fish. And I caught him on a piece of cut carp. It was the first time I'd ever used Asian carp for cut bait. And I cut a huge chunk of bait off this carp just as a joke. And I put a 12-aught hook on there and put this big slab of meat on there. I threw it out, put it in the rod holder. And when I started walking away with the rod, it bent down and started peeling drag. I mean, he hit that. I must have hit him in the face with it when I threw it out. Because instantly took off with the rod. But you can see that fish, me fighting it, the whole fight. You can see the fish caught. It's the very first video I ever did on YouTube. And it was 4 years ago.
Yeah.
But
Jody's in the house. She said, "Did I hear flathead?" She was like, "Did I hear flathead?"
Well, that was my biggest flathead. And it's Jody's caught bigger than that, I know. But I was really proud of that fish. Now, my biggest channel cat came off the Mississippi River. My PB on channel cat is 19 3/4 pounds.
You know, it's weird. I actually have, I don't know how many, it's not probably just like a handful. I actually have a bigger PB channel cat than some people. Can you believe that?
Yep. I can.
And mine was only 7 pounds.
Channel cats, I mean, I've got the advantage. If there's a channel cat, I mean, you go back up into the tributaries and stuff, and you'll get a lot of the 5, 6, 8, 10. And I've caught 13 pound. I've caught 13 pounders in there. But to get the really big, massive channel cats, they're out here on the main river. And that one, when I caught him, I would have sworn all day long that fish was 28 to 30 pounds. And when I put him on the scale, it said 19 3/4. And I'm like, my God, this thing's got way more than that. But nope, scale said he didn't. So 19 3/4 is what we went with.
See, Jody even says it. See, I was thinking it was Jody, but I wasn't for sure. She said hers was only 3 pounds channel cat.
Really? This river's got big channel cats in it.
But see, she catches blues and flatheads most of the time. Flatheads are that's her biggest ones that she always catches. So a lot of people don't target channel cats.
Well, I've got some surprises for her this year because I do have some primo flathead spots on this river that I can get to from the bank. And I'm not gonna kick her butt, but I'm gonna show her some fish that she'll be proud of. I promise you. We're gonna hit those spots this year and land some of those big flatheads because I normally don't target flatheads. I don't. I'm a blue cat guy. I love those monster blue cats. I do. And I don't particularly target flathead, but I need to put more effort into them this year, and I will. I know where to go to get them. I just usually don't go there because 9 times out of 10, if I go to a flathead spot, I'm on the bank, guys. If I go to a flathead spot, I know I'm going to pull 1 or 2 massive flatheads out of there, and then I'm freaking done because nothing else is in there hanging out with them flatheads. They run everything off.
Yeah.
Now I
one thing you caught.
Do what? No, you go ahead.
I said the one thing that you've caught more than most people have ever caught or never caught is those pieballs. Yep.
I've caught so many of them that is, you know what? Here's the thing, and I've got video of them, so I'm not just talking smack. I got pictures of them. I got video of them. And it's right here in this general area from where I'm at right now, and you go down a quarter to a half mile on this curve right here where the river bends and it goes around in a horseshoe shape. For some reason, and I've asked Epic and he couldn't give me an answer. They are concentrated on that bend down there, right there where the river bends. I don't know if you guys can see that down there. It goes and it turns and it does. The river actually flows. There's a horseshoe shape in here. You can look it up on Google Earth. You follow the Mississippi River up and there's a big giant horseshoe where the river comes up and it's actually an S shape because it's flowing south. It turns, goes back north, turns, and goes back again flowing south. But it's not a perfect S shape because the first turn on it is so gradual that it's not very noticeable. But when you hit the
Yeah.
horseshoe right there at New Madrid, Missouri, if you look up New Madrid, Missouri, you'll see where I'm fishing at. It's a big giant horseshoe bend, and that
Mhm.
is the only place that I know of where the river just turns and goes the other way and then loops back and then starts heading south again.
Yeah.
But in that horseshoe, for some reason, there is a massive concentration of those freaking pieballs. And I've
Mhm.
asked Epic, why are they staying in that spot? And it stumped him. He don't know. But I pulled them out of here and I pulled them out of here and pulled them out of here. And the only place I've ever caught them is right here in that bend. And I don't know why. I don't know. And he hasn't come up with an answer for me.
Yeah.
But just right down there behind me, you can see in there, that little
Yeah.
location right there, that curve in the river, freaking Piebald City, man. I mean, they're all in there.
Buck was saying something about that. Danny, you're talking a lot. Said kind of move your camera over to where we can see the poles, but he's just pulling your chain on it.
Well, they're not doing it. Hey, the poles ain't doing nothing.
They haven't done anything for the last two and a half hours almost.
No. They've caught some weeds.
Mm-hmm.
And let me see, what we going here? 2 hours and 16 minutes on the live stream.
Yep.
I think I'm going to pick a point in time to shut it down, and we're going to move. I'm going to find a bend in the river where the current is not hitting me as hard,
Yep.
and there's going to be less trash on the bottom. Because I've got a couple rods that are really bent down, so that tells me right now that there's a lot of debris on the line. We'll run it to the where we can go 45 more minutes here. We'll run it to a dead even 3 hour mark. At 3 hours, I'm going to shut it down and move. If I don't come back, I didn't find a good spot. But most likely I'll come back because I'm going to fish late into the evening tonight. So, I mean, I'll give people a place to go if they want to come and hang out.
Yeah.
But I'm committing today to fishing the Mississippi River. I may even drive back into town over there and just fish off the parking lot. But when you see me fishing today, I'm not going to the safety spots. I'm not going to the places where I know I'm going to catch little catfish. I'm going somewhere where if we're going to get something, it's going to be big.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not afraid to skunk it. It don't bother me. Or it don't bother me to the point that it bothers me. I mean, I don't enjoy it, but it doesn't go, man, oh my God, boo hoo hoo. I'm like,
Yeah.
well, it happens.
Yeah.
You know? But we'll go look at it. I'll do a drive by on a spot that I know up the river from here.
Yeah.
And if it doesn't look good, then we'll head straight back into town and we'll set up right there in town. I don't like fishing there because it's a high impact area. Everybody fishes there. That place gets pounded. And think about people that fish here in this area where I live. You have very few people that are catch and release fishermen. I mean, I'm going to say 98% of the people that fish this river in this area, they're out here to take those fish home. So it's a big impact. You think it doesn't have that big of an impact on it, but you can find spots where people fish and take those fish out, and you'll get fewer bites because of that. I'm not going to lie, though. I'd give my left pinky toe if that rod would bend over right now with about a 60-pound blue on it for everybody to watch me reel in. That would be, I'd cut my left pinky toe off for it right now. I don't use it. It's not like I can pick my nose with it or dig in my ear.
Nope.
But we did come prepared with a generator and the gasoline for generator, the lights, and if we want to go into dark tonight, we might do it. There's a good chance we'll do it, but it'll be in a spot where I can pack up in the dark and get out of here safely without tripping through the woods and
Oh yeah,
all.
slipping and falling and busting your butt.
Yeah, I'm going somewhere safe. Because the only thing worse than getting hurt on this riverbank is getting hurt on this riverbank in the dark.
Yeah.
Because when you're out here in the dark, then people have a tough time finding you. I mean, the couple times that I've had to have people come and get me because something happened, they were always said the same thing when they were getting me out of there. Was like, how in the hell did you get back there?
Bugman said he's leaving the house. See you in about 45 minutes.
All right, brother. Hey, if he gets set up, well, see, I'll pack up in about 45 minutes, so it's going to take me a little bit to get set up again. If Bugman gets set up, man, we'll do a live stream with him. We can do it on his channel, my channel. I don't care. So, yeah. Bugman, I'll be looking for you, or you look for me. And I'm trying to figure out what that is swimming across the water right there. That is a huge soft-shelled turtle. Wonderful. Those things will love eating my cutbait. We're going to get into turtle time before long. But yeah,
so, Jody says Danny Boy's going to get us.
We'll be back on here in a little while.
Yep.
But I'm going to give this spot every possible minute I can because we do catch large fish here, and we do catch them in numbers. It's just, it's not ready yet, you know?
Yeah.
It's just not ready. It's like watching, you love good homemade bread. You got to let the dough rise before you bake it. And right now, our bread's still rising. But we're going to have a awesome sandwich out of here before too long with fresh homemade bread.
Bugman says, yep, on your channel, it will take me a while to set up. Also, still not sure where I'm going.
Sounds good, buddy. When I pack up from here, I'll move to a new location and I'll start another live. You find me and we'll get you up on there. So there you go.
Yep.
Regardless of what happens here, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to be moving. There's no doubt about it. In 45 minutes, we're going to move. And I'm going to come back live. We're going to bring Bugman up. If anybody else is out there fishing, and you want to come up, man, we'll make a party out of it. Let's have a good time today. Beautiful Sunday, sun shining, wind's not blowing. Man, let's all get a party going. This afternoon, partying with BSO and the Bugman for sure, and anybody else that wants to come along. So there you go. You got something to look forward to this afternoon. Pontoon Jody's in here. I didn't even say hi to Jody. Jody girl. I've been listening to that Bob Seger song. Have you listened to it, Jody Girl? It's spelled different, but, you know.
Yeah.
When I originally started hollering at her, I would say, hey there, Jody Girl. And anytime you see me talk to Jody, my first response or first chat will say, hey there, Jody Girl. Because I went a different direction with it first because, you know that song, Lonely Girl? Hey there, lonely girl, my lonely girl. Well, I switched it to Jody Girl. But then I heard Bob Seger singing Jody Girl, so now I say, hey there, Jody Girl. I'm glad y'all got to hear that little interesting tidbit.
Bugman said he's going to run the live while we fish, so he'll do all the chat and all that stuff for her.
Okay. Fantastic.
And Catfish Viking says if I finish this in time, whatever he's doing, he said I'll head out and fish.
There you go, guys. Look at what we're working up to something special here. We're working up to it. I'm going to move to a different location where I'll have a higher probability of catching fish. I'm not going to the dink hole. Not going to do it. We're going for big ones tonight, so it'll be at a different spot. But you're going to get a party going here.
Yeah.
We're building our party, you guys. It's coming to you this afternoon. Everybody be looking for it. It's coming. Done deal. Promise it to you. And if I promise it to you, you're going to get it. Unless I break my neck coming out of the woods. If you don't see me again, then air rescue's looking for me. What happened? He's not here.
Nope.
The coyotes is chewing on his carcass.
Well, there ain't nothing there on this carcass.
That's it. Hey, as fat as I am, they can feed on me for a while. They'll bring the whole pack in.
There you go.
Good Lord. There's enough here. We ain't gonna be able to eat all this. Call in the raccoons and the possums. There's too much here. But we'll shut it down here in a little while and we'll get set up again and bring you guys a party this afternoon. It's going to be a great time, I promise you. Gonna be a good time. I'm going to enjoy myself. I know that.
Yep. All right, I'm gonna hop off of here and get in the store and get this one done real quick.
All right, brother. Well, I got about 30 something, 30 plus minutes, and I'm gonna wrap it up and head to a new location and get set up for us to do our show this afternoon.
All right, cool. All right,
appreciate you, brother. All right.
See you, everybody. See Jody. See you, Bugman.
Get them night crawlers, Bugman. Whatever it takes. Throw all kinds of bait at them. Just throw it at them, brother. Jody's going to go fix her hair. Jody, ain't nothing wrong with your hair. Yeah, we got 3 rods bent down really, really hard. That means that there's trash all over them. How many people's in here? 27? Bugman says it's going to take him about 30 minutes to get set up. If I wait 30 minutes, then he's going to be waiting for me to go another 30 minutes to set up. So that'll be almost an hour. You guys, I'm thinking what we need to do is go ahead and shut it down now. And I can rush and pack this up and get out of here and get to another location. That may be better for us. If I shut it down now, then I'll be back sooner. You get what I'm saying? The faster I can shut it down, the faster I can get back. So give me a couple of minutes to think on that, and we'll make a decision. Because we know we're going to be moving. We know that. Excuse me. We know we're going to be moving. That's a given. So it probably be wise just go ahead and get that out of the way and get where we want to be so we can just relax and finish the day out. So I think that's what we're going to do. I'm going to go ahead and pack up and get moved and get ready for Bugman. And hopefully Catfish Biking will come on there. And some more people. Anybody out fishing today? We'll have 9 spots open on the screen. Total. Between me, Bugman, Catfish Biking. That means we got 6 slots still open. And we can get a party started. It's starting to get freaking hot. Ooh, Lord. Oh. It's getting warm here, y'all. But I think I'm going to shut it down, pack it up, and move, okay? If you guys are okay with that. Well, you guys good with that? And then I'll come back as soon as I can. But the faster I do this, the sooner I can get back, all right? And we'll throw a party tonight. I'll run the generator and the lights. We got all afternoon to finish this out. But I've got to commit to it. So I always get down in front of the camera. Well, I'm saying bye. But I'm not saying bye. I said I'm going to see y'all in a little bit, okay? So let me get this all packed up and move. I'm going to get the hell out of here and get to a different spot. All right? So you guys watch for us to come back. And I'll see you in a little bit. Right? Bugman said, okay, see y'all in an hour. Well, I'll try to get set up and have it already going before then, if I can get over there. And let's make this happen, you guys. I'll see you in a little bit, all right? All right, I'm going to take off. Bye.